Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Venti. Venti wasn't really sure what was going on. The two of you were just leaving a party when someone approached you and all of a sudden, they had stabbed you. He was a little bit dizzy from all the partying, but as soon as that happened, he sobered up and instantly got rid of them. It was a burst of emotion that made him act like this. Usually he would be against doing something so violent, but seeing you, the blood that was seeping out of your wound, it made him panic. And as soon as they were unconscious, or worse, he truly didn't care about them. He was holding you, looking into your eyes. Wyan, darling, can you hear me? You nod, grunting a little bit from the pain. I'll be fine, Venti. Just you get me home and get me a doctor or something, or someone to heal me. He whispers, and he nods, stroking your hair gently, and he picks you up in his arms. The two of you going home very fast. And he comes back with Jean and Barbara. Jean had come just in case Barbara couldn't heal all of it, but thankfully it wasn't that severe. And he gave him a soft smile after, holding his hand and squeezing it gently. Don't worry about me, Venti. I'm not leaving you anytime soon, so no need to panic over this. He nods, relieved by seeing you a little bit better after once you're healed, and he gives you a soft kiss on your palm. All right, whatever you say, Ryan. Just get better for me, and I'll be waiting. Scaramouche. Scaramouche would certainly hurt anyone who thinks that they can hurt you, who even want to try. But he wasn't fast enough this time. When he was walking home, he found you, slumped somewhere nearby. Perhaps you were going on their way home, and someone had attacked you. But it didn't matter what the situation was back then, because right now you were bleeding, and you were almost unconscious. He didn't know when he moved to pick you up, and when he had tied the cloth around your wound. But right now he knew that he was scaring you to any doctor who will take you. You're gonna be okay, Ryan, he whispered, amongst many other things that you couldn't really make out in your state. And you could tell he was terrified, because soon you felt his tears all on your cheek. He quickly wiped them off, apologizing, and by then you had passed out. He never thought you could cry like this. But by the time he got you to a doctor and had someone treat you, he was a mess. His eyes red rimmed from how much he cried. And once you woke up, he was still sitting right next to you. He kissed your palm gently, afraid to hurt you in any way or be too rough with you when you woke up. And you gave him a gently tired smile. You saved me. You told him, trying to make him realize that this was not his fault. But deep inside, he will always blame himself. But he knew then that he had one promise to fulfill, and it would be one to himself. He would never let anyone hurt you again, not as long as he breathed and lived, and he will make sure of it. Xiao? Xiao was really worried once he heard your call, and he teleported to you as soon as he could. But apparently you had not called for him soon enough. And that's exactly why, once you came there, you were wounded, and the men who had hurt you were running. He was torn for a moment, torn between just going after them or staying back with you. But he realized his fear and love for you further outweighed his desire for revenge. He kissed you gently, apologizing, trying to settle the fear and panic on his heart. And he picked you up and immediately teleported you to Baizu, telling him to treat you, that it was urgent and you could clearly see that. But Xiao sometimes had a habit of stating the obvious. You were given something, and then, soon, you felt yourself go unconscious. You had awoken, and Xiao was still by your side, reading you a book quietly and calmly. I caught them, and I gave them what they deserved, he said, because they would never let anyone who hurts you walk away unharmed and escape the karma that was certainly coming for them. He delivered that, and right now, he only wanted one thing. Rest well, my darling, and get better. I'll be waiting for you. I know, Xiao. He took his hand, kissing it, and it made him smile a little bit, knowing that he would be okay, with your reassuring smile, and the way you were slightly better now. Things were only bound to get better, and he would make sure of it. And next time, you better call him before anything ever happens. Tighnari? Tighnari certainly worries about you a lot, and there was good reason for it, because then, well, he was scouting the forest with you, and apparently someone had decided to attack you, thinking they could rob you. And only then, Tighnari had ran over to your side once again, since you had split ways. He didn't catch them. Whoever decided this was a good idea, because as soon as he saw him coming, they immediately ran away, not ready to face him. Cowards, unable to choose a fair fight. He muttered darkly under his breath, wishing he could just tear them apart or something, as he carried you home. He at first tied something around the wound, telling you that you will be okay. He didn't have alcohol on him, or anything to clean the wound. But once you got home, he was able to take care of you just fine. You were unconscious for a couple of hours, but he knew that was normal. And as for those guys, he was certainly getting his revenge. They were not walking out of that forest alive, and he will make sure of it. For now, though, he will just take care of you and make sure you'll be okay. He kissed your forehead while you slept, and he hoped that you wake up fine and that you're well, because if anything happens to you, well, he doesn't want to live in that kind of world.